everyone, and welcome. My name is Lori McNorton, Floral Design Coordinator for Florist Review and Super Floral. And today I want to share with you a fall arrangement. Fall is definitely in the air. It has arrived. It's my favorite time of the season. Leaves are turning, pumpkins and gourds everywhere, the fall colors. So I just wanted to share my favorite season with you through an arrangement. So let's get started. I was at the farmer's market and they've got such a collection of different pumpkins now. The green, the whites, oranges, bubbled ones. I mean, it's amazing, all the different gourds. So I found this beautiful pumpkin, not your traditional orange. So it's kind of got some peach in it and some green. So this is my pick for this arrangement. So I'm going to set that aside. What I'm going to use as the base of our arrangement is the Oasis design ring. And this comes in several sizes. This is the 10.5 inch. And the thing about this is it's got the Oasis ring, but it also has a base. So once we arrange this, the pumpkin will then set on top. And then I have a little pedestal that I'm going to set up. So we'll have a beautiful display with the pumpkin. So I have soaked my Oasis. So we are ready to start designing. So I have all kinds of different fall flowers here, some mixed foliages, some sedum, lavender, and then I'm going to add the fresh flowers that will bring in the color of the golds and the oranges and reds. So first of all, I'm not really going to start off with greenery. I'm just going to use some mixed, well, I am going to use greenery, but not like cover it with greenery first. I really want the flowers and the berries and the sedum to be the focus. So I'm just going to cut off a few pieces of this beautiful antique hydrangea. And this arrangement will be seen all the way around. Hydrangea, the antique hydrangea will dry. This arrangement, once it's put together, should last a fairly long time. You can take off the pumpkin, add some water into the center of the arrangement. Therefore, it has a water source that will last. I've got this ivy. Oops, whoa. In there. I cut this off. I want some in, some out. This ivy was just growing out in the yard. So if you're going to use the ivy that you have growing, a lot of times I will take, before I use it, and put it in cold water and just let it harden off a little bit. Just a little tip there. And as you can see, I'm just designing all the way around the ring. Next, I'm going to use some of this beautiful sedum. And again, the sedum comes in all different colors. The pinks, the browns. This pumpkin kind of has some peach, it kind of has some pink tones to it, some green. So I think all the fall colors will match well with what we're doing here. And fall is a mix of all different colors. So why stick with just one or two? If you have any questions, be sure and send those in. And if I don't answer them during the live, I will definitely answer them once we are done. It's always nice to hear from people, our viewers out there. All right, a couple more pieces of sedum here. And the sedum really does fill in the space, and that makes it nice. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of designing more on the outer part of the ring because, even though we might move that one out, this pumpkin is going to sit in the middle. And it might be easier to leave the pumpkin on the ring and design around. I love this pumpkin, this stem. It's part of the coolest, it is the coolest part of the pumpkin besides the color. I'm going to switch over to some willow here. I don't want this arrangement to be perfectly flat, so this will give it some movement. When it's up on the pedestal, we'll definitely give it some flow so that you can see the arrangement all the way around. And just a couple more pieces here. A little bit to the back here. And I don't mind some coming up over the pumpkin. Doing okay, Sean? We have some seeded eucalyptus. There again, I'm going to have some of the eucalyptus draping down. I just love the transition from the hot summer to the fall. I think that's one of my favorite, that's one of my reasons for it being my favorite season. Hoodies and sweatshirts, nothing like fall. All right, so we have some greens. I think we're good with the greenery. Oh, I have the few little berries. These come off of the tree outside also. They have these little cute cranapple berries. That's pretty just with the greenery and the hydrangeas and berries, but let's add some fresh flowers to it. Switch this over. Here we go. I have these big, beautiful marigolds. I'm just going to add a couple of those. Love the orange color. I have coxcomb. What's fall without the coxcomb and celosia in it? Whoa, let's get rid of that. I have it on so I can see if anybody's. Sorry about that. Ooh, it's getting pretty. Now, everybody always asks about cost. And, you know, on something like this, you could just make up more greenery and the berries and just add a few fresh flowers if you needed to keep the cost down. This is just different ideas, different ways that you could add the fresh, the gourds. We haven't got to the gourds yet, but we will. billy balls. When I use these, I like to use it in a grouping. Makes it a little bit more visual. Add some to the back here. And then, of course, I'm going to add some chrysanthemums. And these kind of have the gold, the browns, the burgundies. And again, when there are smaller flowers like this, I like to do more of a grouping instead of just a dot here, a dot there. And this round. Gives it a little bit more of a visual impact when you can see each blossom, but it also brings attention to those blossoms when you have them in a grouping. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Oh, I have some fresh lavender, which these are kind of fun because they're just kind of going all their own direction. Add a wonderful fragrance to the arrangement. And a few more here. There we go. Smells wonderful, just cutting those. All right, so could leave as is, or like I said, not only pumpkins are my favorite, but the gourds. So I've got these fun gourds that I picked up at the market also. Also, I forgot to tell you, these came kind of with the lacquer on them. So what I did on the pumpkin, just so it didn't look so dull against the shiny, I took some Dresden clear glaze and I just lightly coated the pumpkin. And this is Design Master. So it just kind of gives a little sheen, but it's not as glossy as these. All right, so the little gourds, I'm just going to poke a small hole, add a wooden pick. Just add those in. And again, the gourds will last also. That should be enough, but you could add as many as you want. We're just going to go with this. These out of the way. Again, I said we were just going to put this up on a pedestal just to kind of rise it up. Clear this all off. And I just have a couple more touches I want to do. When I go outside, especially in the markets or around the flowers, I see tons of monarchs because they're migrating. So I thought, how cute would it be to just add a few monarchs? I'm just going to stick those directly in the flowers. But it looks like the butterflies are dancing around the flowers. Love that touch. And the last touch we have, I just thought we should add a little ribbon treatment. This is from our friends at Lion Ribbon. And because this does pick up a lot of the copper, and copper is a huge color right now, I don't really want a bow. I'm just going to tie a knot here. And because of the bottom being so plain, I'm going to mix the copper and a peach. And if this were sitting on a dining room table, we would definitely have more space than the table here, the tabletop here. So I just want to have a few, a few streamers that once we tie this on, so I'm just going to tie this around the base. No big fancy bow. Just want to tie it because I really just want the streamers to kind of show here. Let me clean my table off. Yes, I do make a mess. And we'll do the same on this side. And then with a few of the extra gourds, kind of just set those down and around the base. Add some candlesticks if you'd like, but there we have it, a beautiful fall arrangement with our pumpkins, our gourds, our fresh flowers, a touch of the butterfly. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you get some tips. Like I said, it doesn't have to be all flowers, all greenery. You could just mix it up. But no matter what, it's going to be beautiful as a table setting. So thank you for joining in with us. I hope you'll join us next week. Until then, have a great day. Enjoy the fall. Thank you.